Have you ever worked in a male dominated culture? Or have you ever worked in an organization where you were the only one or one of the only few women working with many male counterparts? And I'm sure in that situation, your constant thought process going on inside your mind would be, how do I make the cut? How do I stand out in this male dominated organization? Then this video is definitely for you. Hi friends, I'm Swati Arora. I'm a woman career growth coach and I'm on a mission to help millions of women scale up the ladder and reach to a pinnacle of success. Well, today in this video, I'm talking about how you can stand out in a male dominated culture or in a male dominated organization. Now, when I say male dominated organization, there are two bifurcations to it. Let me give you an example of the two segmentation. One is a male dominated industry or sector or type of business. Now, there are certain business types which are primarily male dominated. For example, the defense forces, obviously, agriculture, mining, all oil and gas companies, transportation and warehousing, construction companies, real estate companies, and even some of the sales and marketing jobs are mostly kind of worked up by men only. They're all filled up by men only. Most population you'll find only men and very, very skewed population of women in these industry types. The other bifurcation is role specific. Now, when you move up to a ladder, a particular level, for example, if you move up to a head of a department level or a vice president or a senior vice president or maybe a CHRO or CTO or CFO of a company, you will see the gender diversity is very, very skewed. You'll find very few women at that level as compared to men. And that's the reason why you'll probably be one of the only women sitting in a board meeting of 30 other men. Now, that's something which I have felt in my own life experience, and in many places that I worked in, I've been the only woman representation in a leadership role amongst all men counterparts. While there are advantages to that as well, but there are certain disadvantages and many challenges to that as well. And today I'm going to help you identify those challenges. I'm sure you're going to resonate with that. And how do you come out of those challenges? How do you stand out despite the diversity is what I'm going to share with you. So stay put, stay right till the end of this video because you're going to find some very useful and practical tips in this video. I want you to take notes of this and definitely share with me which of the tips has really worked for you. And before you go ahead, you know the drill. Click on the subscribe button so that you can get access to all my videos right up front. If you're a woman working in a male dominated industry or male dominated field, then you know what I'm talking about. You know how it is to be in the minority. For starters, women are paid less than the men for doing the same job. There's a lot of gender pay gap. Secondly, you're in a high stress environment always because the stereotypes are governing. Thirdly, the likelihood of getting promoted is very, very less as compared to your male counterparts because the management has certain preconceived notions already. And also, you're dealing with a lot of discrimination, gender bias. This is coming in place. Male dominated industries are vulnerable to creating and reinforcing stereotypes and creating unfavorable environments for their female counterparts, like high stress and anxiety levels, lack of enough opportunities or mentoring and coaching not being done for women, also pervasive stereotypes, passing such stereotypical comments, and also sexual harassment. So such are the challenges for women who are working in a male dominated industry or in a male dominated organization or culture. These are the challenges. I'm sure you would resonate to one or all of these, and I'm talking about how you can overcome all these challenges, still stand out and rise above everyone else if you just follow these simple tips and techniques. So let's get started. The first point is realize your value. Working in a male-dominated society or industry can be really uncomfortable and intimidating as well sometimes, especially when you realize that you're the only woman sitting in a room filled with 30 or 40 men. Now, while the gender difference is a problem, however, rather than focusing on the gender difference itself, capitalize on your own value and your strengths that you bring to the table. When you do that, when you shift your focus from the men in the room to your inner value, you'll be able to see how much power you have within yourself and you'll have more assertiveness exhibited in your entire persona. The next point is speak up. If you don't think you have something worth sharing, why do you think anyone else will believe that? You have to be vocal and speak up about your own opinions. If you have an opinion, you should have the right and all the due respect to talk about it in any forum, particularly if you're in a large forum. Definitely make your presence felt by sharing your viewpoint, by talking about what you feel is right or wrong. Do not kind of obstruct yourself. Do not hold yourself back thinking what others will feel or people may obstruct. Well, I know that becomes a little bit of a point sometimes, particularly when you're in a male dominated organization. You feel that your opinion could be interjected by someone else. Do not bring that thought to mind. You are as much of a citizen or an employee of the company as the other person, and you have as much right of your opinion as the other person. So bring your opinion to the table and let others decide whether it's right or wrong. On the other side, if someone is interrupting you, interjecting, or kind of not letting you talk about it, that time also you have to speak up. You don't have to give others the authority to decide when and what and how you will speak. You have to be assertive at that point in time and speak up at that time as well. The next point is stay positive. Now, staying positive or having a good attitude is the most powerful way to attract same kind of tribe of people with you. So that's when you have a positive aura exhibiting through your personality, you'll attract the similar kind of people. And you have to really work upon your energy levels as well. You have to maintain a high energy level, because in most probability you will have people trying to pull you down in your energy throughout the day. So you will have to really work on your energy levels, keep your positivity at the highest peak. And how would you do that? Keep reminding yourself of your past victories or your past wins or your achievements in life rather than your failures or doubting yourself. Keep your image in your mind very, very high and always stay positive, because that's the way you'll attract similar people and you'll always have a good tribe of support system built within the organization for you. The next point is focus on being respected than being liked. Now, subconsciously, intuitively, we women like being liked. We are people pleasers. We like that people like us and we will do anything for that. Which means what? When we have relationships as our prime value, when we want people to like us, we want the relationship quotient to be intact, right? When we have relationship as our prime value, what we will do is we will kind of jeopardize things which hamper our respect. Our respect doesn't become a prime value for us. But in corporate environments, your respect has to be at the prime level, particularly if you're growing up the ladder. If you're serious about working and growing up the ladder, you need people to respect you and not like you, right? So if you're keeping likelihood or people pleasing as your most priority or relationships as your most priority, what you will do is you will end up saying sorry for things you're not sorry for, or you will let go of things that people did wrong with you just because you want to keep the relationship intact. Or you would just people will take you for granted just because your relationship quotient is very, very high. But if you flip it on the other side, if you say respect is my prime value, I do not want to jeopardize or compromise on my respect no matter what, then that's when you will have a respect authority. You'll kind of demand respect from people, and that's when people will look at you from a respectful angle and not just being liked. So that's the aura that you have to present in your organization, especially when you're wanting to grow up the ladder and want to stand out in a male dominated culture. The next point on how you can stand out in a male dominated culture, and this is a very critical one, is that promote yourself. While men are known for, or they are raised to be strong and confident and outspoken, women are expected to be docile and modest and humble and selfless and not promote themselves, promote other people. Well, that kind of attitude is not going to work, particularly in a corporate culture, because if you're not promoting yourself, there is a high probability that no one else will do that for you. You have to be vocal and you have to showcase or highlight your own achievements at the right time to the right people at the right place. That's the only way you can get promotions or success. Otherwise, if you're denying your successes, or you're kind of not accepting, giving credit to yourself, you're downplaying your success, what will happen is you'll get lesser opportunities, you'll get lesser promotions and lesser raises. You have to come up and you have to talk about your achievements. No one else will do that for you. The next point is be a lifelong learner. Now, being in a corporate environment like this, where particularly in a male dominated organization, you really need to work on your own skills, honing up your skills so that you get to the next level. And how would you do that? By investing your time and energy in your own education, in your own skills, upskilling yourself, so that your organization as well as your team members and your managers, the supervisors, everyone start to believe in your value that you bring to the table, that they start to believe that you're a valuable resource or an asset to the organization. How would they believe that, or how would you make them believe that? Is by investing in your own education. Understand what skills you already have, what are the skills that you need to work upon. Do a SWOT analysis for yourself, and then work on the areas of improvement. Work on the skills that you need to develop so that you can become better version of yourself every single day and make yourself an indispensable resource for the organization. Whether it is technical skills or soft skills or people management skills or conflict resolution skills, whatever it may be, identify all of that and work on that area and invest in your own learning. The next one is build one-to-one connections. Focus on building rapport and building interpersonal relationships with people in your organization. That will help you learn faster, navigate better, and also build allies to create a good community system for yourself, a good support system for yourself. Working against the men is not a good idea. Rather, work with them. Find out people in your community, in your company. Find out the men who kind of share the same value system as you, who kind of you can build one-to-one rapport with, and then show them what you bring to the table, what are your values, what are your assets, and maybe they can be your good buddies or they can be a good support system for you in the future. So find a male sponsor as well who can actually be by your side as your support system, as your buddy, as your ally, help you to navigate in the journey effectively. The last but not the least is learn how to handle conflicts. Now, in a male-dominated industry, if you're the only woman or if you're one amongst the very few women, there are many chances of having ego clashes or arguments or people negating you or not accepting what you're saying. In that situation, obviously conflicts are bound to happen. It doesn't mean that you have to go head-on or be combative all the time. It does not mean that. But it also does not mean that you run away from the conflict or hide behind a cocoon. No. You have to be assertive and face that head on. Be very rational about what you're talking. Be very sensitive to other people's situation as well, and just make sure that you put your points across in a very, very professional manner. Also, if you're having any conflict over emails, do not hurl allegations on people. Do not write your emotions on the email. Refrain all of that. So when in an organization you are in a situation of conflict, just make sure you mellow down your emotions and you talk very, very professionally and positively. But yes, learn to handle conflicts. That's very essential if you are particularly working in a male dominated organization. So friends, those were the tips on how you can stand out as a woman in a male dominated organization. I hope this video was beneficial for you. Do let me know in the comment section which of the points you resonated 100% with and which of the tips you are going to apply in your life from today onwards. I will be waiting to hear from you on your comment section. I'll be coming back next time with some more interesting videos. Till such time, you do take care of yourself. Keep rising and shining high. Take care. Bye-bye.